I am Wimbo77, onethingabouthistory.com. Did you have heroes when you were growing up? If you like this video, please remember to subscribe and click the notification bell. I'm sure that a lot of young people have heroes. Sadly, in my case, I didn't have any. I thought that would never amount to much, and this was due to people's opinions of me, maybe. So I was at school, as we go to school, but there were no amazing or influential teachers. There were no heroes there. I was a little bit of a solitary child, so although I had siblings and I knew a lot of people, there was still a kind of void. And that's quite amazing, isn't it? That you could know a world of people, yet still feel that loneliness and still feel maybe a slight void in your life. Where were my heroes? So I never came into myself till around kind of 2006, right? And I worked with some amazing people, travelled to some amazing places, I can tell you. But still life was a little bit unfulfilled. Now, a promise came true that I'd made to myself when I was 16. I'd said that by the time I was 25, I wanted to be married, have a couple of children, have a car, and have a house. It came true. But on hindsight, I realised that if we're not specific with the universe will throw back unspecific things. So the car that I was driving, it was an old banger, right? And the house that we lived in, it was falling down around our ears and it didn't belong to us. Thankfully, the man and the children were. I had those in my life. Yeah, but we got to remember to a degree that because we're in someone's life, it doesn't mean that we possess them. It doesn't mean that we own them. We are there to enjoy each other's company and live together in that peace and solidarity, right? So we're not possessions of each other. But another really amazing thing is that even late on in life, our goals can become apparent, right? They can be realised. So initially, although I flitted from one thing to another, I didn't have no real kind of purpose. But now I'm filling those pages with purpose. So have you heard that statement that the flower that blooms in adversity is the rarest of them all? I totally believe that statement. And it's never too late to become expressive and be transformed. So once we recognise that even though others may see us as insignificant, we are the unsung heroes. That's right, you're a hero. Even if it is only to your mother, right? Never mind. Yet, some mothers don't even love their children. Yeah. So it's got to come from yourself. That love of self is more important than anything that can come from anything externally. We are lovable and we can and all do have a purpose. But do we recognise that? We've got to love ourselves enough to recognise what our purpose is. What is purpose? Well, we were created and exist for a reason. What is yours? So in this life, people try and fit us into their boxes. They do. And if we don't do what someone else wants us to do, then we can find ourselves on the outside. And that's fine. That's fine. I'm a circle, you're a box, but we can still live together regardless. I don't have to do or always do what you want me to do, okay? And that can be the situation in life sometimes. And I think that's probably what it was when I was growing up. Like, I was a circle and I didn't want to be a square. I didn't want to run or follow the crowd, so I was just a little bit unsure of who I was. And like I said, later on, it becomes apparent. Later on, you find your purpose and you live in that. So we know all of us have gifts and talents, some of which we're apparent of, and some that are, we're now learning to develop. Isn't that wonderful? So we can always be transforming ourselves into better version of ourselves. Remember, being your best self, okay? So we can actually have an impact on the lives of others that we come into contact with. We never know what someone is going through, right? When they leave that internal door to the outside world. So we always want to be kind. A gesture, a smile, a nod of approval is a wonderful thing, because we never know what someone's going through. Always be kind, all right? Because someone might return that favour to you. And it's not a favour. It should just be a standard behaviour that we put out. So remember, we can all make an impact on others once we find our purpose, because that's something that we have to do. We have to find what our purpose is. And we were all made and fit for purpose. So you've got to work out what that is and then work in line with that. Okay, so you might be a triangle. Over there might be a square. I'm a circle. But we can all live together. And by infusing that purpose, that love, whatever it is, that amazing thing about us that can bring that something awesome to someone else. I mean, if we were all doing that, wouldn't the world be a beautiful place? All right, so live in your purpose, find out what it is, work within it. Action is so important, and we'll talk about that next time, why action is part of living in your purpose. I am Wimbo77, onethingabouthistory.com. See y'all on the other side. And remember, I'm going to say, if you like this video, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. Take care.